Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your watching and welcome to the English news of Binh Phuoc radio television station and newspaper. I'm Thục Anh and following are the headlines as usual. Binh Phuoc strengthens external activities in Cambodian provinces. Binh Phuoc cashew nuts introduced at the Vietnam Fruit and OCOP Product Festival 2022. Binh Phuoc hosts the 5th job fairs. Many important issues to be tabled in second working week of National Assembly third section. Import-export turnover increased by 15.6%. Foreign arrivals jumped 4.5-fold in 5 months. And now our details. Implementing the foreign policies of the party, state diplomacy, and people diplomacy, Binh Phuoc province has constantly built and developed friendly cooperative relations with localities in neighboring Cambodia.
Binh Phuoc province shares a border stretching over 258.9 kilometers with Cambodian provinces. Since the beginning of the year, after COVID-19 was brought under control, Binh Phuoc strengthened its external activities by re-signing several memorandum of understandings on cooperation with Cambodian provinces sharing the border, and organized a preliminary review of 5 years of friendship exchange program in residential areas on both sides of the border. The province also cooperated with Cambodian localities in successfully organizing the first Vietnam-Cambodia border defense friendship exchange, holding many exciting and meaningful activities. It also presented 2,200 gifts worth nearly 1 billion Vietnam dong to people in the 3 border provinces of Krathia, Tabong Khmum, and Mondulkiri, and granted cattle to poor people and scholarships to students in border areas of the 2 countries. With the strengthening of external activities, cooperative and friendship relations between authorities and people on both sides of the border are increasingly united, while economic life has increasingly improved, and stable political security and social order and safety in border areas have been maintained.
Binh Phuoc province introduced local products made from cashew nuts and Vietnam Fruit OCOP Product Festival and caught the attention of a large number of visitors.
The Vietnam Fruit and OCOP Product Festival was held in Sơn La Province, attended by a large number of cities, provinces, businesses, and cooperatives. Each city and province opened 1 or 2 booths displaying fruit products and typical local OCOP products. Binh Phuoc brought to the festival typical OCOP products made from cashew nuts and caught the attention of a large number of visitors. The festival is taking place from May 28th to May 31st, with over 321 booths from businesses and cooperatives in cities and provinces around the country. More than 1,300 products are regional specialties such as fresh fruit, processed products, and OCOP products introduced at e-commerce booths and ready to serve a large number of consumers domestically and internationally.
The Binh Phuoc Provincial Employment Service Center has coordinated with the People's Committee of Thanh An Commune in Hớn Quản District to hold the 5th job fairs in 2022.
The fair attracted businesses in industrial parks in the province and a large number of people in Thanh An Commune and surrounding areas. Those seeking employment were given consultations on job-related matters such as insurance policies and social welfare, offered free vocational training in a state program, and heard of support given to those wanting to work abroad as labor exports. They were also provided with job counseling and received information on business needs and job opportunities with suitable salaries, while business held on-site recruitment activities.
The 15th 10-year National Assembly is continuing its third session on May 13th with discussion on a number of issues. Let's take a look.
At the session, the National Assembly Economic Committee delivered a report to the National Assembly third session, detailing National Assembly supervision over the implementation of policies and laws related to planning activities since the planning law took effect. Since the planning law was adopted in 2007, the National Assembly has approved 7 related laws, and the National Assembly Standing Committee has issued 1 ordinance. Meanwhile, the government has issued 43 decrees, One ministries and branches released 96 guiding circulars. In addition, in order to ensure the smooth implementation of the planning law, the National Assembly Standing Committee, the government, and the Prime Minister have issued many documents related to planning work. The Prime Minister also held 3 national online conferences on planning.
Vietnam import-export turnover during the first 5 months of this year reached $305.1 billion, a year-on-year increase of 15.6%, according to a report released on May 29th from the General Statistics Office of Vietnam.
Of the total, Vietnam reported a $152.8 billion in export revenue, a year-on-year increase of 16.3%. Meanwhile, imports turnover reached $152.3 billion, increased by nearly 15% compared to the same period last year. The U.S. remained Vietnam's largest export market, with an estimated turnover of $46.7 billion, while China was the largest import market with $49.6 billion. The country posted a trade surplus of $560 million in the period. Especially, it reported a trade surplus of $13.4 billion with the European Union, but a trade deficit of over $27 billion with China, nearly $18 billion with the Republic of Korea, and $6.5 billion with ASEAN.
Vietnam's consumer price index in the first 5 months of the year edged up 2.25% year-on-year, while core inflation rose by 1.1%, according to the General Statistics Office.
The CPI in May increased by 0.38% compared with the previous month, with the urban area experiencing a hike of 0.34% and the rural area with 0.42%. The GSO attributed the CPI hike to a surge in fuel prices, which had been raised by up 30 times through 5 months of this year, resulting in a 1.8 percentage point increase in the overall CPI. The upturn of gas prices was a reason, which contributed to a 0.38 percentage point rise in the index. The GSO said that the milk core inflation increased by 0.29% compared to the previous month and 1.61% over the same period last year.
Foreign arrivals to Vietnam jumped over 70% month-on-month in May, following the removal of travel restrictions and over 2 weeks of SEA Games 31 competitions.
According to the General Statistics Office, the May figure was nearly 13 times higher than that of the same month last year. Meanwhile, the number of international visitors rose 4.5-fold year-on-year in the first 5 months of this year, but was still 95% lower than the pre-pandemic corresponding period of 2019. A majority of the foreigners traveled to Vietnam by air from January to May. 5-month earnings from tourism surged 34.7% against a year earlier as a result of strong recovery of tourism activities at SEA Games 31, the region's largest sports event, which attracted thousands of athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators from other Southeast Asian countries. Vietnam has moved up 8 places on the 2021 Tourism and Travel Development Index, according to a report recently released by the World Economic Forum. The country experienced the greatest score improvement, rising by 4.7% to leap from the 60th to 52nd on the overall index, it added.
That's all for today on BPTV News. Once again, thank you for your watching and goodbye for now.